Jana here with Jana's Quilt Shop. Well, it's time for Monday Morning Tidbit again, and I've got a good one for you today, one that you can even do before Christmas. That's if you hurry. Okay, it is a pillow. Look at this. Isn't this going to be cute? I've been wanting to do something with these cardinals. I think they're really pretty. So I've got the top ready, and I want to show you how to do it. You're going to need a piece for the right side, which is wider than the rest. You need a bunch of mixed squares for the left side. And then I've done a little flange here. This is no cording or anything in it. This is one that just lays flat out of a contrasting fabric. And then you're going to need a back that covers the whole thing. It's got that. And then you're going to need 1.5 inch strips for the go over the cording and is in the binding area. See that? And the edge of it. And then you're going to need some cording. And people use different sizes. This is smaller size, and I think it looks really cute on dainty looking on quilts. But you can get larger sizes on up to larger, but you put them on basically the same way. And I'm going to show you, I've worked for decorators for years, sewing pillows and doing decorative pillows and things for sofas. And I want to show you how I learned to do it that I think is quick and easy to do. Okay, so first of all, we need to make our top and get it ready to go. So let me tell you how I did that. I sewed my squares together. You get your squares, lay them out, and mix them up however you want. I like light and dark kind of mixed, red and greens kind of mixed. And I did these 3 wide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 long. 3 by 7. And then I pressed them. And then I made my little flange, and that's a piece like this, a little wider than this, folded in half and pressed. And you lay it on top of your square piece, and then you lay this on right sides together. See how that is? And you sew that whole thing at one time. Okay, then you press it. Make sure your flange is pressed nice and flat. Now, the top is finished, and you measure that and figure out how much cording and how much binding you need, or cording fabric. So I find the end. I know that I have enough. I know that I have enough of this. So the first thing I've got to do is make it. So I want to put my cording in here down about 1 inch to 1 1/4 inches and leave that. So then I'm going to just fold that over. And the other thing you're going to need is a needle. I use a universal zipper foot that will go right way over to the edge. So a zipper foot could work on this, a cording foot, or just a regular foot, and move your needle over to the left as far as you can. Here's the reason why. When you put this in here, you want to sew as close as that cording as you can. So we're just making our piece now, and you're going to lay it in there, holding those edges together, making sure that's over. So let's make it real quick. All you got to do is sew a straight line by the cording. Okay, I'm going to do this whole thing, make sure I have enough. You want it to look good in there, so you want it good and snug. You don't want some loose spots and spots where you're not up to the edge. So you want to push it up in there, fold it over like that. So let's just keep going. You measure the width of your pillow and the height of your pillow times 2, and that'll tell you how many inches that you're going to need of this fabric to go around and the cording. So we got to make that much. So we're going to sew this. You notice I didn't press this in half. I just hold my edges together. I do press it, but I didn't press it in half like you do binding and stuff like that. I just sewing it in there and pushing it in with my fingers. Here's our seam. I sometimes press that open. I'm just going to press that to one side. That's going to be flat enough. We'll be fine. Okay. Takes a little bit of time to do this. I'd rather do a little too much and make sure I have enough, because you're going to turn those corners and you want a little bit extra for that. But we're almost there. I think these make them look so elegant. You could do this plain without any in the edges, but sometimes it's better just to go that extra mile. And do it to make it look elegant. Okay, almost there, almost. Okay, let's get it back and get my edges together there. Okay. I like doing a striped fabric like this. This was cut across the width of the fabric because it was already on the diagonal. And I like to use fabrics like that when I'm doing a cording or something, because it turns out straight and looks good. Okay, so we got that. I'm not going to cut it now. That saves a little bit. So what I need to do is cut my threads off there and tuck this in. Maybe I got a little bit too much selvage there. Go ahead and cut part of that off. We're going to make sure the selvage doesn't get in the picture. So we tuck that in and fold it over. I'm going to take a pin and hold it there. I'm not going to sew there because I'm going to start sewing right here. When I bring the other end around, I'm going to tuck that inside that. So now I'm going to take the back and sew this on. Starting at the bottom, I'm going to attach it to the back. So I'm going to lay it here, edges together, raw edges there together. Now remember, I'm not going all the way out to the end. I'm going to leave that there so I can work with it, and then I'll sew it. Okay? So I'm going to go right up to that again. There we go. You've already got a line sewn there, so you can kind of see where to sew by that line. Okay, you get up to the corner, and you're going to pick it up, and you're going to take a V shape out of it up close to your stitching there. Not all the way up, because you want to make sure you catch it, but up close to the stitching so you can turn the corner. So you go, just leave your foot down, turn it. See how that's going to work? It'll let this cording, even if it's kind of stiff like this that I'm using, turn the corner. Keeping the edges together now. We got a good corner there. Okay, I'm going to do one more corner, and then I'll talk you through the rest of it, and you'll be fine. So we're going to go down here, get a little bit within the corner, where we can pick it up and figure out exactly where the corner is going to be. I'm going to take my scissors and cut a little V, not all the way up to my stitching, but cut a little nick out of there. See that? Just enough to turn it. Keep sewing now up until our 1/4 inch seam there. Leave the needle down, turn it again. See how good our corners are going to look? That's what it's going to look like. Okay, turn that. Okay. So I'm not going to sew this whole thing, but you can kind of see how pretty that's going to be on there. That'll be turned. Look at that. So then after you get all that sewn on, you've got it attached to your back. You're going to lay your top on right sides together. Right sides together. And I pin my corners. So I take that and put a pin in it. Put a pin in your corners. Put a pin in the middle. And then I sew from the other side because you can see your stitches there where you've sewn your cording, and you just follow the stitches you've already had. You sew right on top of them or just inside there. All the way around. You get to the corner, you leave your needle down, pivot, and you go all the way around, leaving an opening here to turn it. So you turn it, turn the thing, put your stuffing in there, and you're done. Got to sew up the bottom edge, but then you're done. So won't that be cute? I love it. Make sure your birds are all going the right way if you're using this fabric. Okay, this is how you put cording in. Whether it's the wider or the narrow, you're going to have to trim your corner out, turn it, and the best thing is to make a nice neat is to get it really tight in there. I see people want to leave it sloppy and kind of loose, but you got to sew right up to it. So the important part is that last step when you're sewing it from the side where you stitched it. So just inside that line or right on that line all the way around, and it'll make it nice, neat, and tight. That's going to be the cutest pillow, and I'm going to take this home and use it on my own sofa. I don't think it has to be Christmas. With those cardinals, I think I can use it all winter long. So there you go. If you want to make one, you know you can get a kit at the shop. We don't have any cuts, so just put in the comments if you want one. They're $12, and you get the whole thing. You're going to even get a piece of the cording to put inside there, so you can practice on how to do these. Okay, and as always, you can holler at us, call us if you want one. Okay, just want to let you know we will not have a tidbit next Monday because of the holiday, but then we'll resume right back doing our Monday tidbits. Okay, I hope you're having a good week. Start out this Monday with a happy day. Thank you, and see you next time.